I am in Black River Falls today on Main Street, and I absolutely love their hanging baskets down here. They're gorgeous, and they're not just on Main Street. They have them a block off in some spots too. My goal today is to hop onto Highway 12 here in Black River Falls and follow it all the way down to Madison, staying off the interstate. Let's see what I find along the way. I am just outside of Black River Falls. This is the first stop on outside of town is Castle Mound, and it's campground and nature trail. This is within the Black River State Forest. If you got the time, hike on out, especially to the Overlook Trail. Give yourself at least a half an hour to do that and back. It is a wonderful trail, and I'll show you some photos of that now. I'm in the little town of Milston. Well, this is also a popular stop for ATVs because there's an ATV trail running through town. There are a lot of ATV trails in the area, but maybe they don't take so kind to motorcyclists. Crossing onto the interstate. All right, entering Tomah now as we cross back onto the interstate. Traffic jam in Tomah. The Amtrak just went through town. Shop called All Things Amish. This is definitely Amish country. I even saw some Amish at the train station who have just been dropped off. All sorts of great little crafts and furniture here. 3 floors to explore. Let's see what else they got. Intriguing. Outside of Tomah, going back onto the interstate. I'm now passing through Oakdale. I don't even see a business here. There's a hotel. There's a bar. Bluff State Park coming up on our left. All right, I have stopped at Castle Mound. No, this isn't Castle Mound. I have pulled over at Bluff State Park. There is a wonderful trail to climb some year without COVID. Right now the trail is closed. It takes you to the view. I got a whole nother video on that. Not worth it if you're going to be here in 2020, maybe another year. But they do have a beautiful little beach down here on a spring-fed lake or spring-fed pond. It's nice and fresh water. Right now I'm here, there's like a family. It is Friday. The campground is kind of empty. Last time I was here was the July 4th weekend, so it was packed, or the week before it. So if you got a state park sticker, you can swing in here and take a little time on the water. It's a stop along Highway 12. I forgot to mention, there's also a campground here. So I'll try to post a link of my tour of Bluff State Park. Coming out of the park, beautiful little water feature right there. Hiking over there. We're gonna hop back onto 12. Next stop, Camp Douglas, 12 East. Now Camp Douglas only has a population of about 600 people, so it's not very big. It does seem to be a bit of an intersection. The railroad comes through here, the interstate comes through here, 12 comes through here. It's even got a Quiznos. Now I'm hopping off 12, going under the interstate over here. I've got a wayside I'm going to check out, and this puts me right up to Camp Oakfield and Camp Williams National Guard post. So I popped off at that wayside in Camp Douglas across from Oakfield and the National Guard post here, and it is a great little wayside. It's I just climbed up, and there's more up to do here. I think we got this great little rock formation. Across the road is the National Guard Park, which also has its rock formation over there that's very visible from the interstate. I'm hiding on the backside from the interstate right now because it's kind of loud over there. But if you want to get out, get those legs stretched, this is a great place to go. Now these are sandstone formations, so they're definitely not for climbing, for rock climbing. You don't have a good grip here. But you can see, if you can hear me over the traffic, got one big rock cropping there, another one over here. There are picnic tables and grills here. There is a little vault toilet too. There's several picnic tables. So it is a full wayside along the side of the interstate. It's a little loud because they are flying by, but it's a nice little stop. If you're zipping by on the interstate heading north or south and you just need to stretch your legs, or just off of Highway 12, swing by this wayside outside of Camp Douglas and get your legs stretched up on those hills. If you think this is useful, please give it a thumbs up. If you have experience here, any comments, any memories from being here, put a comment down below. So as you're zipping by the interstate at Camp Douglas, that's probably what you're used to seeing, but that's what you can go explore, at least around it, when you go over to that nice little wayside. Next stop, New Lisbon. Welcome to New Lisbon. So New Lisbon won me over with the Quick Trip's $1.99 gas and some fresh chicken tenders. Off we go. Let's see what we find next. Somewhere between New Lisbon and Mauston, I hit this turnoff for a canoe landing. It's a rough little road. Alright, if you can see, this is what the landing is in amongst all of this area to explore via water. There's a lot of, yeah, I think you can get lost in there probably. Let's go take a look at the water. Okay, knowing how windy the area is here, you know the water's not just flowing through, so if you get out here you can get back. It's not like you're going to wind up downstream. So this is what we're looking at out here. So we got our little landing here, place to put in. There's another one down a little further. And go out and explore. Oh, here's the pull off at this wildlife area, the Carl Walter Nelson wildlife area, and there is signage for canoe landing. Right on the edge of Mauston, there is another landing, and this one can handle regular boats too. That's what you go out to. This is downtown, old downtown Mauston. I just passed another park along the river, on the water over on my left. I'm now at the junction of 58 and 82 and 12. All coming together here. I'm going straight, and 16. Now I know Mauston has full services over by the interstate. If you need more than what's just coming through town, you can pop over there pretty easily. They even have a festival of foods in town now too. Now not far away from here, if you wanted to take the detour between Mauston and New Lisbon, you could go over to Elroy, and you can catch the Elroy Sparta Trail, and I think that also connects with the 400 State Trail. So if you want to go out on your bike, you could be heading out there. And most important of all, I know some people go out of the way if they're coming anywhere near here, is to come over to the Carr Valley Cheese Factory store. That's a must stop for a lot of people. Get your fresh curds. The landscape out here in this stretch is kind of interesting. You've got a lot of just flat farm, as well as random bluffs all the way around. One of those bluffs over there. Round barn coming up on my left. I am now coming into Linden Station. Yes, I came in through this town on my way home, taking the back roads from Wildcat Mountain, heading back towards the Madison area. Now we're only 8 miles from the Wisconsin Dells as we leave this town. Now, since I have committed to driving on 12 through the Wisconsin Dells, normally when I get off the highway, the whole point is to avoid the commercialism and the crowds, but hey, we're gonna go for it. I will be hitting soon quite a few campgrounds along this stretch here. I got one to my right now, Shangri-La Campground. So there's lots of little campgrounds just outside the Dells here, and I probably will hit some other little hotels too. Well, at least drive by them. I'm not going to hit them. Lots of opportunities to pick up firewood through here. Got the Days End Motel over here. Hey, no vacancy. Good for them. Edge of Dells Resort over on my right. Summer Breeze Resort, which has, well, it looks like it's a hotel or a motel. And I'm coming up on the interstate again to go under it. I'm still officially 2 miles away from the Wisconsin Dells. Now, on my right coming up here is Rocky Arbor State Park. Alright, I am in Rocky Arbor State Park, just north of the Dells. I have a full video tour of here, but just briefly in this segment, I'll let you know you can pop out for a little bit if you got your state park sticker. There is a nice little nature trail over there that on one side is all marshy water aquatic stuff, and on the other side is the bluffs, and you actually wander down, back up over the bluffs and come back down through the park. You can go out and back if you want, or you can take that hike up and down. And just up at the top of the hill over there is the campground. It is a tight campground, and like I said, there's a full video tour, and I'll try to put a link somewhere to that. Alright, as I hit the edge of town here, I got Fairview Motel on one side and Trapper's Run on the other. I got Sherwood Forest Camping and RV Park on my left. And now I'm entering the heart of the Dells. And since I committed to it, I'm staying on Highway 12, so I'm going to be going down the main drag here. Now, downtown Wisconsin Dells is off to my left, but I'm going to go down Waterpark Road down here. I got a wildlife park on my left, Lost Temple Adventures on my right, safari train, all sorts of things to spend money on. Goody goody gumdrop, oh my. Deer park on my right, safari train, top secret. There is so much here. There is a dinosaur jumping out of the White House. And the big mother here is Mount Olympus theme park. They now own a good chunk of the little hotels in the area, which is kind of nice because I'm sure a lot of those owners are ready to retire. They have some great roller coasters. A lot of them are almost sort of self-designed. We've got our Trojan horse, lots of great go-kart tracks, and their big water park over here. On the other side, we've got the Eric Wilcox Theater, a magician, more Mount Olympus hotels. Got some army duck tours you can take, going through the rivers and looking at the bluffs. And just past that, we are at Noah's Ark. Plenty of souvenir shops. Lots of little hotels, but like I said, a lot of them are now part of Mount Olympus. But yeah, there's Noah's Ark. Plenty of places to eat. Flamingo Hotel, more Mount Olympus. Just little hotel after little hotel, they're all part of Mount Olympus now. I have a back entrance to Wilderness here, to their lakes, their lodges on the lake, more Mount Olympus facilities, and the Tommy Bartlett Ski, Sky, and Stage Show. And there are things like Spring Hill Streets by Marriott along this strip too. A little place like Lakeside Motel still exists out here. There's actually a hoo-hot here. And we're gonna go left and keep following 12. Now that we come around the corner, we got the Brat House Grill. That has been many things over the years. Moose Jaw Pizza and Brewing Company has been around for quite a while, so they'll probably still be there with their moose on the PT Cruiser. As we cross over the Dell Creek, which leads over to Lake Delton, which, I don't know, maybe almost 10 years ago, emptied suddenly after a storm. We're hitting up into some of the bigger, more well-known hotels. We got La Quita. That's a brand new one. Wilderness Resort has a wonderful large indoor water park as well as outdoors, and apparently some other rides now. Aerial adventure rides. At the edge of the wilderness territory here is Monk's Bar and Grill. They've been expanding around the region now. We've got a Grand Marquis Hotel and a Hampton Inn and Suites up ahead. We've also got a Holiday Inn Express, a Ramada, a Famous Dave's, an Uno Pizzeria, Pizza Hut, a lot of the normal stuff. Wingate Hotel. A lot of these are the big corporate chains, not the, I'd have to say smaller owned, but locally owned. So things like Mount Olympus, Wilderness, Kalahari, Great Wolf, well, some of those may be national chains now. They all started here and they all have local family roots. We've also got a Yogi Bear campground off to my right. So to my left is the entrance to Kalahari. To my right will take you over to Great Wolf. Both have great indoor water parks as well as extensive outdoor water parks and lots of lodging designed for families. And now once again going under the Interstate 9094. Now, the first exit here is Ferndale Road. You need to take Ferndale Road if you want to go over to Mirror Lake State Park. It's just a short little drive to the right. It has some great bike trails as well as 3 campgrounds to set yourself up in. This might have been one of those moments where I probably should have taken the Business 12 instead of Highway 12, because I've been avoiding the interstate, but I might as well be on the interstate now. So just off the interstate here is the Ho Chunk Casino. Also not far from here is the International Crane Foundation. And if you get the chance to go there, not in 2020 because they are closed this year, you can see every different species of crane living there. They also do some great work in trying to rehabilitate cranes and expand the crane population. Coming up on exit 218 is downtown Baraboo and the Mid-Continent Railway Museum. Baraboo also has the Al Ringling Theater. It has the Circus World Museum. It has a zoo of its own. And it is basically the welcome area and resources you need just before you go into Devil's Lake State Park. And exit 219 is actually the one labeled for Circus World Museum and Devil's Lake State Park. I am not going to hop over to Devil's Lake State Park. It is a Friday. It is 3 o'clock. The campground registration is open and they are always full. Just as the freeway ends, there is an RV park, and I can't seem to find a name for it. Now I'm passing Ski High Road, which I know will also get you in towards Devil's Lake State Park. Alright, when you see the 7% grade sign telling you you're going down the hill from the Baraboo Bluffs into the area that was the Badger Munitions Plant, which is now the Sauk Recreation Area. I believe that's what it's called. We'll take a look when we get down there. Just know it's at the bottom of this hill. So that area ahead of me here in the valley, part of it is now Ho-Chunk Nation land that they are restoring from its time as a munitions plant, and some of it is state property and some of it I think might be county as well. But they're trying to turn it into a place for the rest of us to enjoy now, and it butts right up to Devil's Lake State Park. But when you find that there's a residential area on your right, right on the left, you'll see a sign for a museum. There's the entrance right through there and over. That takes you to the new Sauk Prairie Recreation area. I have a video on that. I'll try to link as well, and it connects to the Great Sauk Trail, which I will show you in a little bit. Oh, and I can't forget Delaney's over here on the right. There is a sculpture park that I believe this is the entrance right here, the art park, kind of tucked away, hiding back over there. Someday I'll get in there and do a video on that, but you can search that on the internet and find plenty of people who have done tours of that. As it drops back down to one lane for now, I'm going to take business 12 to Prairie du Sac. I just came down, got off the main 12 onto the business 12, which took me through Prairie du Sac and into Sauk City, where I am now. Prairie du Sac has a Veterans Memorial Park on the river, where you have a canoe launch and regular boat launch, and also you can camp there. You pay at the VFW. It is on the Great Sauk Trail, bike trail, which will take you into the Sauk Prairie Recreation area along the Wisconsin River just briefly, and then it veers away. I am on the Wisconsin River right now, right out the bridge over there. That is 12 crossing over from this side over heading towards Madison. I don't think I'm going to film anything out there because there's really not much between here and Madison. I thought there was something interesting because there was a bridge that looks like a pedestrian bridge that might have been part of a bike path. Turns out it's just a wildlife bridge, which is kind of interesting in its own, but it's way at the top of a crest of a hill. It's a wildlife bridge going across. So here I'm actually at a waterfront park in Prairie du Sac. They have a huge soccer fields. It's also on the Great Sauk Bike Trail, and it has a splash pad, large soccer fields, and this wonderful beach here that just kind of goes on and on and on along the Wisconsin River. Across the river, I do know that there are a few outfitters, so if you want to get out on this river, get out in a canoe, you can even camp out on the sandbars. There's a lot to explore right here. So I'm going to end this video here. I hope this travel has been useful. Getting you off the interstates I find important. That's how you find little things. Going through the Wisconsin Dells a little different because that's kind of the heart of everything anyway, and that's why I don't want to head into Madison too. So if you think this is useful, please like the video. If you think what I'm doing here is useful and you want to know more and you want to find more places, subscribe to my channel. It helps you find more things that I post, and it helps other people find it as well, and that helps us all. I really want to get people out there and exploring, and this is a good way to do it. Get off the interstate and see what's out there. Now coming up here, the top of the hill, is that bridge I mentioned. I thought maybe part of a bike trail. I got off the highway one day to see where it went, and there was no connecting anything to it. There is no trail, there is no road, nothing connects up to it. I guess it's either future or it is a wildlife bridge.